Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle yoga practice. This week we're working on the theme of presence, which is kind of perfect because it's Christmas time, but it's not that kind of presence. It's about finding the most of your practice, like getting the most out of it by being fully present. So we're going to go ahead and connect with that, and I will read some inspirational quotes, and then I'll take you through a practice where we try to really tune inward, and I'll be talking about the drishti, or our gaze point, and that one point focus. So let's go ahead and get started. So start with your hands by your sides and just take a moment and notice, can you really lift up in your seated posture? And we're going to engage in pelvic floor. So feel the muscles, that all the muscles you're sitting on engage, and just enough to support you. We call that mula bandha, or root lock. Mula means root. And then above that, below the belly button, draw the belly in and feel an energy lifting you upward. And we call that Uddiyana bandha. Uddiyana means flying upward. And then at the top of the spine, we draw the chin down, creating a chin lock, which is called Jalandhara bandha. And then with the bandhas engaged, we can release the hands and let them rest on our thighs with the palms upward and just focus on the breath. As you inhale, you can visualize the rib cage expanding. And then as you exhale, you can feel the rib cage relax. Inhale, feel the expansion. And exhale, feel the rib cage relax. And one more time, big breath in. Notice, are there any restrictions? Can you fill up? And then exhale, let the rib cage relax. Let's take the hands together in prayer position by your heart, and we'll vibrate together with the mantra Om, and then I'll recite the inspirational quotes. So taking a big breath in. If you love someone, the greatest gift you can give them is your presence. Once you realize the power of your presence, you won't be just anywhere. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. When asked what gift he wanted for his birthday, the yogi replied, "I wish no gifts, only presence." So let's see if we can stay present in this whole practice so that we can get the most out of every breath, every gaze, every movement. So starting off, go ahead and find yourself, make sure you're comfortable. You could even switch your legs, or you could have your legs out in front of you. I always like to work with blocks and a little towel, but you could use a yoga belt or exercise band, or you don't have to use anything. I just have them there in case. So let's start by just reaching the arms up on an inhalation. So we're moving with breath. And then exhale. And now I want to talk a little bit about that drishti that I mentioned. Inhale, which is a gaze point. Drishti is sight or vision. Exhale. So take your vision a little bit down the nose for this one. And it's not cross-eyed, it's just a relaxing gaze, kind of downward and out. So it tunes you inward. So see how that affects your movement as you inhale. For me, it makes everything a little bit more calm. And now we'll take it to a gentle neck stretch. So just inhale here, exhale, drop your right ear, keeping that gaze. And then gently just take your right hand and let the weight of your hand carry your head over to the right a little bit. At the same time, you're rolling the left shoulder away from your ear. Keep that gaze down the nose and notice how that creates a calming sensation and an inward focus. And then let your chin drop down and just stay there for a few breaths, breathing. Keep that gaze. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale slowly, let your head turn, but keep the gaze. And then from here, inhale, let the head come up. Just notice how that feels. And then inhale here, exhale, gently let the left ear drop down. And we'll gently take the hand on the head, just using the weight of the hand, and then reaching through the right hand, rolling the right shoulder away from your ear, and gently gazing down the nose, exhaling. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly turning the head, but keeping the gaze the same. Now, just let the neck relax as you breathe into the stretch. You'll feel it along the side of the neck, maybe. And then inhale, and then rise up. And now we'll take it over to all fours. So stay inward even as we move over into a different position. So keep that gaze a little downward. And then we'll come to all fours. So let's go ahead and start to move through these cat-cows. So inhale, reaching forward with the heart, right? So you're opening the chest and we're arching the back. The gaze is down the nose and a little forward. And then as you exhale, it's down the nose and to your belly. So you really focus on that lift. And then inhale. Again, a little forward, but down on the floor. And then exhale, pull in and up. And we'll do one more. Focus on that drishti, or that gaze point. Inhale. And then exhale, gaze up to your navel. And then let's go ahead and take it into a child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Start to reach the arms forward. Again, gazing down the nose and a little forward. As you take the head down, breathing, inhale and exhale. In this pose, it's okay to close your eyes and just focus on your breath. Inhale, or you could be lightly gazing down the nose. Exhale. And just focus on the breath and releasing, bending the knees more if you can. And then inhale, we'll make our way back to all fours. And from here, we're going to start to move the spine again. I'm going to use blocks, but it's okay if you don't have them. Just gives you a little bit more height. So let's inhale here. We'll do another cat. It's a little different with the blocks, just a little higher. And then we'll exhale. And from here, keeping that drishti down, we're going to take it into a downward facing dog. Exhale, lift back. Now, if you can, if it's accessible for you, gaze up towards in the direction of your navel and breathe here. Maybe you're looking in the direction of your thighs. That's okay. Breathe. And then we'll come back down. Let's inhale, come to that cat, and exhale, gazing down the nose into the belly. We'll take it back again. Let's move through this one more time, just breathing here in down dog for a moment, gazing to the navel, come down to the knees. So it's down the nose and forward, and then exhale, and we'll come into down dog again. So doing your best to gaze towards the navel. Notice for a minute, if you gaze to your legs or to your navel, how you're able to keep your focus inward. Now, if you look through your legs and across the room, there's all kinds of stuff going on, and we've lost the presence. So bring it back. And then you can even be bending your knees and just trying to find the most of this down dog. And then we'll slowly walk up. Just try to stay connected. Now keep your gaze down the nose and just nice and light. Maybe you're watching your feet walk up. That's okay. And then let your body hang. From here, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees and do a roll up. Now as you roll up, keep that attention inwards. So bend the knees, start to curl up, keep the gaze down the nose, curling your spine, and we're coming all the way up to standing. And just take a moment here. Let's step the feet. They can be hip width. And just take a moment. We call this samasatihi, standing still and straight. Are you present? Can you gaze down the nose and just find that sense of presence? And maybe you're seeing your hands here. And focus on the energy in the legs and how you're holding your pelvis. So you want pubic bone, belly button on the same plane, and keep that sense of the bandhas. So you're feeling the mula bandha, the uddiyana, and then everything's coming together here. So with this, we're going to try some balancing poses. So you really need to be present. We're going to start off, we can use the wall. We're going to turn, we'll try Trikonasana, or triangle pose. Turn the left foot in and the right foot out. And this is really accessible to everyone because you can use the wall. And once you do that, once you've established that, we're just going to lean into the wall, right? You could lean all the way into the wall and come into Trikonasana, side bend. And from here, I'm gazing down the nose, but I'm going to turn the head. And now the drishti is looking up. Maybe towards your hand, but maybe it's to the ceiling, and breathe, or maybe it's straight ahead if that isn't good on your neck. And then inhale, rise up, gazing to the hand as you do that. And then turn the feet, and we'll go to the other side. So inhale here, now I'm gazing down the nose into the left hand as I come over, leaning back into the wall. And then I change that gaze, inhale, exhale, and it's up. So I'm really down the nose and up, breathing, inhale and exhale, or maybe it's straight ahead and down the nose. That's better on your neck. And then inhale, rise up. And then let's take the feet a little closer together, and we're going to work on a pose called Vrikshasana, or tree pose. So as we age, it's super important to maintain our balance, our ability to balance, and these poses really help with that. So let's let the right leg come up. You can hold on. Just notice how that feels, right? Can you let go? Can you pull way in? You already can feel, so keep the gaze now down and forward. And see if that helps. And then we'll do the other side. So you could be leaning if this was hard. So let the leg come up, pull it in, and keep that gaze down, down, and then slowly release. Now we'll go to Vrikshasana. So that was a prep pose for Vrikshasana. So we'll let the right leg come up, and then we'll turn it out. Even if you're down here, that's fine. Find a place where it feels right in your body. So opening, you want to make sure your tail is under and you're opening the knee and you're standing on that left leg. And you could take a hand here. You could also lean back if you needed to. Now the drishti is down and to my hands as I breathe, and I'm coming off the wall because I'm opening my knee and then slowly taking it down. Now we'll do the other side. So let the left leg come up. We open the knee. It could be here. Could start here, you could work your way up, but you want to really engage the right leg, the standing leg, and open that left knee out. You can lean back if you need to. Take the hands in prayer position, find that gaze. It really helps, that drishti really helps to balance. Challenge yourself here. And then slowly we'll come down and we'll come back to the mat. And we'll find our way back down. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, gazing down the nose as you fold. Inhale now, look up and lengthen. We're gonna take this back down. So just come to the hands and knees again. And then let's one more time come into a child's pose, but you could use the blocks if you wanted to, and reach forward. And breathe here, inhale. And exhale. Couple more breaths. You can keep gazing down the nose. One more breath. And then inhale here. We'll come back and we'll come down to seated. So you can just side sit for a moment and swing everything over to the front for a moment. And we'll find Dandasana. So just sitting up really tall in Dandasana, even if that means you have to bend your knees. Just take a moment here. Can you sit way up? And then let's go ahead and bend the knees a little bit more. So we're really sitting up. Find that low back engagement. Gaze down the nose and a little ahead. And then from here, exhale, pull the belly way in, keeping that gaze, curl back, and then inhale and rise up. Let's do that again. Exhale, go back, keeping that gaze. Maybe you can let go. We're engaging the front to stretch the back. We'll do that one more time. Exhale back and inhale up. And then from here, let's widen the feet a little bit and just let the legs, we're gonna let the legs drop side to side. So take your hands behind you for support. Exhale, let the knees fall over to the left. Inhale, let them come back up. And then exhale, let the knees fall over to the right. And we'll do that again. Let them come up. Trying to loosen up in the hips, just gazing down the nose, a relaxed gaze. And one more time. And then come back. And then from here, I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing. But we're going to, from here, just let the right leg drop out to the side and let the left leg go beside you. And from here, just take a moment and sit up and notice what's happening. You want to really roll this inner thigh in on that left side. So that's internal rotation. Gazing down the nose again, we're going to lift the left arm up and take a side bend to the right. And pause for a moment. And now we're going to change that. We're going to turn the head. I'm gazing down the nose, but I'm turning. And then you could look up to your hand, or maybe you have to look straight ahead and down the nose. So it's a gentle gaze. And then from here, we'll rise up. And now we're going to twist. So slowly turning to the right, lift up. So now I'm gazing down and straight ahead. And breathe. And just notice what's going on in the body here. Breathing. And then inhale here, and we're coming back. So now we'll go to the other side. So letting the right leg come behind and the left leg in front. Take a moment and just sit up so you're feeling this internal rotation on that right side. And then we're going to sneak that left hand out, gaze down the nose, roll the left shoulder down your back as we side bend. And pause here. Gazing down the nose, start to look down first, and then look straight ahead. And then maybe you can look up towards your hand. Just feel that energy. It seals it in when you have a drishti, a gaze point, somewhere to go. And then inhale, rise up. And now we're going to take it into a twist. So slowly turning to the left and sit up as tall as you can. Gaze down the nose and straight ahead. Breathing, inhale, lifting upwards. Breathing, inhale and exhale. And coming back to the center. It's really interesting. Sometimes when people, we're going to come back to seated, are having a hard time with a pose, they'll look up like this and it creates so much tension. So to just keep that calm, that sense of calm, especially in a forward bend, which is where we'll take it now. So we can make this a little restorative if you'd like. So sit up as tall as you can, start to come forward, gently gazing down the nose, just let your head drop. And breathe here, inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. When we're doing these restorative postures, it's okay to close your eyes, but keep your muscles activated and use the closing of the eyes to take you inward and really notice what you're feeling. And can you find more release as you're in the pose? And now inhale, sitting up. And we're going to make our way down to the floor. So just taking a breath in here, you can bend the knees again, gazing down the nose as you curl and come back. Curl. Let's go all the way down. And we find ourselves on the floor. And then from here, let's go ahead and bend the knees. And we'll take a breath in. Again, gazing down the nose as you curl the pelvis and start to lift up into your bridge. Inhale here. Let's make this an articulating bridge. So make sure the neck is long, your head's not back or forward. Reach the arms, feel that side body really long, and start to curl down, keeping that soft gaze. Curling. coming down, and then letting the arms come down. One more time. Exhale, curl. Feel all the muscles in the back of the legs engage. The shoulders stay wide, the neck is long. Reach the arms and slowly curling that spine down. And then let the hands come down. Now let's cross the right ankle over the left knee for a nice glute stretch, pulling in. You can gently open that knee, that right knee. You could use that right elbow. Keeping that gaze. And then let's slowly come down. Let's go to the other side. So cross the left ankle over the right knee and pull in just for a nice glute stretch. Notice what's going on in your shoulders. There's a tendency sometimes to scrunch the shoulders, keeping that drishti, that gaze point. And slowly lower down. And now we'll come into a twist. So lift the hips up for a moment, shift them to the left. You can let your knees come up and take your knees over to the right. Now from here, you can keep that drishti down the nose and up, or you could start to take it a little bit to the left and look over in the direction of your left hand. And notice how that changes things. Breathing. So it's an inward gaze, an inward focus. And then inhale, bringing it back. Then we'll go the other way. So lift up, shift to the right, knees up, inhale, and exhale. You could gaze up, or you could take that drishti to the right and breathe. Inhale, keeping that gaze point. Exhale. And now inhale, bringing everything back. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, keeping that gaze down as you curl in. And then slowly releasing. And from here, you want to be totally inward. So take that gaze inward and be present with the bliss. Just let go. Let everything physically go from your body and be present with your inner light and let it shine. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. But I'm going to go ahead and take us out. So just start to be aware of your breath, become aware of the inhalations again, the exhalations. Start to move slowly. And stay in this presence as we start to move, right? You can bend the knees, let the knees come up, come over to your right side, pause in a fetal position. You can close your eyes here. And then slowly coming up to seated, taking your time, staying in that presence. And once you get to your seated position, just take a moment, close your eyes, and notice where you are. Are you inward? Are you present? Are you ready to share this inner inspiration with everyone and everything you do? Namaste.